In the town of Granby, by the river so wide, the British took a store and built a fort inside. They dug a deep moat, raised a wall up high, with Maxwell in command and redcoats standing by. Oh, a cannon roared and the rifles rang. Through the Carolina night, the freedom fighters sang. Through fire and thunder, they made their stand, till Fort Granby fell to the patriot hand. Wade Hampton watched with a keen, sharp eye. The fort was running low, their supplies ran dry. Sumter gathered men rough and bold and free. With powder and steel, they marched for victory. Fake guns on the hillside, a soldier's clever game. Maxwell stood firm, saw through the feigned aim. For 3 long days the rifles cracked, till Sumter's men fell back, but they'd soon be back. Oh, a cannon roared and the rifles rang. Through the Carolina night, the freedom fighters sang. Through fire and thunder, they made their stand, till Fort Granby fell to the patriot hand. Then came Hampton with dragoons so strong. Through the mist of the river they came riding on. At Friday's ferry the redcoats fell. 13 lay cold in the tolling bell. On May 14th, as the morning broke, Henry Lee arrived with cannon and smoke. From across the river his guns did glare, and Maxwell knew he'd not fight fair. No more bloodshed, no more cries. Maxwell surrendered beneath those skies. With all they had, the redcoats fled, as the patriots claimed what lay ahead. Oh, a cannon roared and the rifles rang. Through the Carolina night, the freedom fighters sang. Through fire and thunder, they made their stand, till Fort Granby fell to the patriot hand. Now the fort is gone, but the tale remains of the men who fought through loss and pain. By the Congaree their echoes call, a fight for freedom. Remember.
1780, revolution bounds. South Carolina is the battleground. The Gamecock, Taylor, and Lee arrive. Fort Granby falls from the British Isles.
Working on the corner of Riverland Drive, a feeling comes over me that's more than alive. This was Granby. I'm in Granby. History carries you near and far, like the guiding light of a brighter star to our Granby. This was Granby. Sitting on the corner of Riverland Drive, digging a hole, trying to find my pride. This was Granby. I'm in Granby. In the year of 1750, in the shadow of the dawn, a fort stood tall at Congaree, where the rivers rolled on. Lieutenant Peter Mercier, a man of steady hand, took the garrison's charge and made a stand. When the fires of war were burning and the settlers lived in fear, he opened up his heart and brought the Catawba near. While others kept their distance, cold and proud in their might, Mercier reached out with kindness, guiding them through the night. In the midst of storm and battle, there was love that grew, Elizabeth Haig with a heart so pure and true. Together they would build a future in the dark, but fate would call Peter's name and leave an aching mark. With the winds of war now howling, the French and Indians near, Mercier rode to Virginia despite the looming fear. He wrote his final will, his heart heavy with dread, for his unborn child, the life that lay ahead. But history forgets those who paid the price, the silent sacrifice in the name of life. Peter Mercier, you were brave and true, fighting on for a dream that you never knew. At Fort Necessity, the battle raged. Mercier stood unyielding on that fateful stage. He fought through the fire, though his body was torn. He held on for the dream of a nation reborn. The shots rang out and he fell to the ground, but through his sacrifice, hope still could be found. For in the saving of Washington's life that day, a nation's heart was born in the blood of the fray. But history forgets those who paid the price, the silent sacrifice in the name of life. Peter Mercier, you were brave and true, fighting on for a dream that you never knew. The forgotten hero. In the year of 16 the rivers flow, a garrison stood but the winds did blow. With danger near and the land untamed, a new frontier was soon to be named. By 22 the garrison's gone, but the need for a buffer still carried on. The Township Act, a call to the brave, to Saxe Gotha's lands they came to save. Saxe Gotha, land of the bold, where the river runs deep and the stories are told. From the mountains to the southern shore, you gave them a place they could call home once more. Saxe Gotha, a new frontier where the traders came and the settlers drew near. In the back country, the dream was born. Saxe Gotha, the first forever adorned. Thomas Brown came with the trade. By the Congaree, deals were made. The Cherokee path was wide and wide to carry the merchants with goods inside. Swiss and Germans, hand in hand, stood together to make a stand. Jacob Gallman, his story told, found a paradise in this land so bold. Saxe Gotha, land of the bold, where the river runs deep and the stories are told. From the mountains to the southern shore, he gave them a place they could call home once more. Saxe Gotha, a new frontier where the traders came and the settlers drew near. In the back country, the dream was born. Saxe Gotha, the first forever adorned. Under the shade of the tree so tall, a church was built to answer the call. Rev Theus preached, a guiding light through revolution and dark of night. The Indian traders came and went, but Saxe Gotha stood firm, heaven sent. From Sandy Run to 12 Mile Creek, a frontier strong, the future they'd seek. Saxe Gotha, land of the bold, where the river runs deep and the stories are told. From the mountains to the southern shore, you gave them a place they could call home once more. Saxe Gotha, a new frontier where the traders came and the settlers drew near. In the back country, the dream was born. Saxe Gotha, the first forever adorned. Now the town is quiet, the river still, but the echoes of the past, they fill the hills. Saxe Gotha, your legacy remains in the hearts of those who heard your names. Saxe Gotha, forever we hold. Your stories are etched, your history bold. Come gather round, you wayward folk, and hear a tale once told of whispers in the Dutchman pines and madness long grown cold. In Saxe Gotha's shadowed woods, a preacher raised his cry. Jacob Weber claimed the truth, but led his flock to die. Oh, dance no more by the river wide, where the cursed spirits roam. The naked woods remember still, they'll never lead you home. From Swiss-born hills with brother at his side. But 'twas in war and backwoods stress his darker self did bide. He claimed the voice of God on high with laws from days of old. They bled the beasts, they danced unclothed while demons took their hold. Oh, dance no more by the river wide where the cursed spirits roam. The naked woods remember still, they'll never lead you home. From sacrifice to blasphemy, their echoes stain the night. Beware the fire that burns too bright, the flame of the Weberites. With Schmidt-Peter as Jesus born, and Dauber as the dove, they crowned themselves the Holy Three without the skies above. But when the Reverend Theus did speak, they dragged him to the stream to drown the doubter's mortal breath and kill the gospel dream. Dauber slain in secret rite, Schmidt-Peter's hands turned red that night. Hans laid down to prove God's might, and in his rage Weber called for spite. Strike down the Christ, he's Satan's guise. They trampled him beneath the skies. But justice sails the Ashley tide, and news had found its way. The Charleston men in coat and gun came riding through the gray. 7 bound in irons cold, and 4 would meet the court. 1 to hang, his madness stilled, but still his name they sought. Oh, sing no more of the river wide where the pines conceal the past. Their creed was fire and wrath and blood, it burned too hot to last. He swore he'd rise, but silence fell, no miracles took flight. Just bones and ash and warnings cast, the tale of the Weberites. He said he was God, but the gallows made him a man. Down by Congaree Creek, where the waters flow, through the whispering pines and the fields that grow, lies a land so rich with stories untold, from 12,000 years through the heat and the cold. The land was a cradle for those who came, Cherokee and Catawba, they made their name, trading their wisdom in the wildest of lands. Their spirits still walk on these ancient sands. Oh, the 12,000-year history park, where the past and the present leave their mark. From the time of the tribes to the battles that raged, every story here is a chapter on the page. Then came the war drums, the thunder of sound, as Sherman's march raged across the ground. In 1865, the battle was near. At Congaree Creek, you could feel the fear. The soldiers marched on with fire in their eyes, as the smoke of Columbia rose to the skies. The past was shattered, the land was torn, but this park holds the stories of all who were born. Oh, the 12,000-year history park, where the past and the present leave their mark. From the time of the tribes to the battles that raged, every story here is a chapter on the page. 12,000 years of life and loss, every stone, every tree has its cost. From the fire of war to the peace of the dawn, This land holds the heart of where we're from. Walk the trails where the ancestors roamed. Feel the echoes of lives once known. From the peaceful dawn to the war-torn night, this park tells the tale of the struggle and fight. The rivers remember the hearts that beat. The stories linger beneath our feet. And as you stand, look to the sky, you'll feel the past